Greetings, YouTube. Herman Rowland Sr. is the CEO in charge of Jelly Belly, the company that makes those sweet little jelly beans that are famous the world over. Wasn't it Ronald Reagan that loved them? I can't remember exactly. And at one time, I was a fan myself. The consistency of them is really quite pleasant. They have a nice chew. And in September, he gave $5,000 to the Privacy for All Students, a group dedicated to solely repealing the Assembly Bill 1266, the legislation which passed in California guaranteeing transgender students have equal access to bathrooms, locker rooms, and sporting events and other gender-segregated facilities at school. Now, they passed this so that transgender students would have equal access, so that transgender students would have the same rights as cisgender students, which is equality, and I endorse that kind of thing. Now, the person behind this organization is one Frank Schubert, and Frank Schubert is a message maker behind the National Organization for Marriage, NOM. An organization that I have discussed here before, and I will probably unfortunately have to discuss again because they are nothing but a group of discriminatory bigots. Interestingly, I had someone recently tell me that calling someone a bigot is counterproductive, that I need to speak to them and talk to them and get their position. Now, it is true that Frank Schubert could actually have some cogent thoughts on same-sex marriage and marital equality in America. But so long as he allies himself with an organization that has an explicit, publicly defined position of opposing equality, I am not going to give him the attention he desires. I am not going to condone his opinion and his views and his actions. I am not going to give him that power. I'm going to condemn him until he ceases association with that group, until he makes amends to those he has harmed by being a member of that group. And when he has made restitutions to the community, not monetarily, but when he has made amends to that community, then I will listen to his position. But I will not endorse his position. I will not give his viewpoint and opinion credibility until he has separated himself from that discriminatory, bigoted group. So he needs to do that, as Mr. Rowland needs to do that, if he wants me to listen to their position about transgender, cisgender equality in America today. But they don't want to discuss this in a reasonable manner. They don't want to separate themselves from these groups. They want to use the political capital they have, the money they have generated through their businesses, to strip Americans of equality, to prevent Americans from achieving equality. And that is unethical, immoral, and reprehensible. So, I have no difficulty in saying that someone is acting in a bigoted manner, that they are a bigot, when they have in fact created that situation themselves. If you don't want people to view you like that, then don't be like that. Plain and simple. Yes, it is harsh. Perchance it makes me a bad Buddhist. Perchance it means that my compassion isn't large enough yet. Maybe it will be someday. But I am not going to give someone credibility when they are hurting their fellow man by stripping them or preventing them from achieving equality under the law. So, Mr. Rowland and Mr. Schubert, you're bigots. And you're trying to hurt America. And I'm calling you on it. And I hope other people call you on it. And I would love to see a boycott campaign against the Jelly Belly Corporation. I would like to see people just turn their backs on that particular sweet. Because I don't think it's going to taste quite the same when you remember that some of the profits from that bag are fueling hate.